hello, my friends, and welcome to Thursday afternoon, coming at you a hell of a lot later than what I would normally. Yes, we've got the notification that I'm live, so that's always a good sign. My gosh, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. How freaking hilarious and funny is that? Hello, Fiona. How are you? Happy Thursday afternoon. If you're here in Oz. Hello. Who else is joining us? Good afternoon. Let me know that you can hear me. That'd be fantastic. All right, so I didn't wear this in our hot seat today. I did wear something very suitably fabulous. Hello, Kate, how are you? Good, I'm glad you can hear me. That's fantastic. So, wow, what a huge day, as you can maybe guess. I'm already in my Cheshire Cat pajamas. Didn't wear these today. Hey, Catherine, how you going? And I've got my hoodie on and I've lost my hairstyle. It's gone. But what I wanted to come in and just talk with you a little bit about this afternoon is some of the things that we've been covering off. So these things might sound a little familiar for you. Maybe they don't, I don't know. But I think one of the big things that's important is to know what other business owners are kind of working on and working through and things like that. So some of the things that we've been looking at today have been around how to get more people opting in for your stuff for free, so without using Facebook advertising. We've been looking at how to CYA or CYOB, and I think that's one of the really important things that I'm going to talk to you about today. And this is a big thing that a lot of people find, and I know it was huge for me. And this is that whole concept around setting boundaries, setting expectations, and making sure that you are protecting yourself. Now, we don't ever want to manifest or assume that people are going to go wonky. Right? We don't ever want to assume that we're going to have people that come through that are not the right type of client, or that you're going to have people that are going to request refunds, or that you're going to have people that are just going to kind of make your life hard. Now, the fact of the matter is this. We are all dealing with humans. I know, groundbreaking, isn't it? We are all dealing with humans. Even if what you do is for animals, it's the humans that pay you money. So we are all dealing with people, and people can be funny creatures. So what I mean by this is that it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good your service is. It doesn't matter how professional you are, how relaxed you are. It doesn't actually even necessarily matter how well you onboard someone. People can still go a little bit funny. And I think it's really important, and this is a lesson that I learned the hard way quite some time ago. It's really important that you have really great boundaries around yourself and your business, and it's really important that you have systems around your business. So let us step back in time. There was a time in 2017 where I had and actually I've had groups of people go a little bit funny at different times, but there was a group of mean girls in 2017 that kind of like got jibber-jabbering together, and they decided that they were all going to, after going through a program of mine, request a refund because for a range of different reasons. And now I've been teaching this stuff for years, so we know it works. We've had, the evidence of people coming through. We've had people make millions of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and people making no money. And the people that made no money were the people that didn't do the work. So I've had a long-standing, I don't offer refunds as part of my programs. I've had that long-standing for a really long time. But initially, 10, 11, 12 years ago, when I'm in the 12th year of doing this now, which is crazy to me, but that's where we are. 12 years in, the first couple of years, I was so scared of saying to someone, look, I don't offer refunds outside of your statutory rights. All right, let's just be really clear. I was really scared about saying, sorry, I don't offer refunds to people. I was really scared, well, not sorry, but I was really scared of drawing that boundary. And I was really scared, I suppose, of things going kind of wonky, or someone saying, well, if you don't offer refunds, I'm not buying from you. Thought, like, I didn't ever want to have that conversation. So it's really important as part of your sales, regardless if you're doing them online, or if you're doing them on the phone, or if you're doing them in person, that people are aware of what your terms and conditions are, basically. So I have actually spoken with the Office of Consumer and Business Affairs, Fair Trading in every state of Australia, and I know that we are well within our rights as business owners and service providers to say that we don't offer refunds outside of your statutory rights. And like, we don't offer refunds because of change of mind or anything like that. You don't have to say that. You just can say, I don't offer refunds outside of your statutory rights. So I guess, like, if we think about that, we want to cover your own backside. And the way that I think that this is, well, I know that this is something that's super important, is making sure that you have a process. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you have is a very clear outline, either digitally or in a confirmation email, or as part of an agreement, or on your sales page if you're doing online sales, on the order form as well, that people can see what they're getting. For example, with Save Your Ass that I'm promoting and talking about at the minute, we start next week. It's very clear. I'm running 5 modules over 5 days. You get pre-work that you get instantly when you enroll, because I recorded it now. So there are 5 modules. One is being delivered every day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, being run at 7 a.m. You will learn how to stand out from the crowd. You'll learn how to talk to your niche. You'll learn how to actually build your email list. You'll learn exactly how you're going to create a lead magnet, and then how to build relationships through your email database, right? 5 modules, really clear what you will learn. And I always give more stuff because I'm like, well, why would I not? I want you guys to be successful, but I don't put it on the page. I just give you what I'm going to give you as a minimum, what my minimum obligations are to you. So that's that. You have to have in there as well how people are going to access the information or the training or your services or your support. We want to have in there as well what your refund policy is. And I guess, like, you want to know what the next steps are for people. So we're going to start on a Zoom on Monday, and that's how it's going to roll. So for you, in terms of covering your own backside, if someone decides to dispute your paying your program, right? And maybe they might lodge a credit card dispute through their bank, or maybe they'll go and lodge a dispute with one of the state bodies in your state, in their state, sorry. They will ask you, the bank will ask you, and or the state body might ask you, how did these people come to you, right? How did they buy? What was the process in how they bought your program or how they found you? So none of you are cold calling, right? We're all like direct response marketing. It's like, hey, if you want some help, reach out, let me know, and we'll talk about it. Cold calling is a different process altogether. With the marketing that says, where you might be someone who says, oh my God, Nicola, I really need some help. Okay, great. I haven't gone out there and said, oh, like, you really need this, you need me, and I'm there at your door, or you've never heard from me before. We've built relationships in one way, shape or form or another, either by you following me, you getting a lead magnet from me, which has solved a problem of yours, and then we're having a conversation about how I can help you further, right? I don't cold call, never have in this business, and never will. So that, first of all, you need to be able to demonstrate from a cover your ass perspective. You need to be able to demonstrate how your people have come through and what your process is. So how did they find you? What was the process? How do you think that they've made that decision to buy? What were your terms and conditions? How did that look, et cetera, et cetera. It's probably one of the most overlooked things in this space, like in the online space. It's one of the most overlooked things, and it can leave you open. I've had back, 5, 6, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, I've had people who have said, because I have a no refund policy, they have gone and said to talk to their state bodies. I've then gotten on the phone with Office of Consumer and Business Affairs or whatever, Fair Trade, whatever the state body is called. Hey, Jake. Hello. And they've said to me, what's your process? I'm like, well, this is my process. Okay, great. What evidence have you got? I'm like, well, that I've provided my service. I've got extensive notes on my clients. I say to them, look, I take notes on every call. I can tell you the sessions they attended. I can tell you how they interacted. I can show you all of the things. They're like, wow, okay, great. You've got more evidence than what we've ever seen anyone be able to provide before. So I've never ever been told that I have to provide a refund to anyone because I can demonstrate and show my process of the way that people come through. So it's something that's really important, and we don't want to ever think that, our clients could potentially go wonky, but like we were talking about, humans are humans and stuff can happen. So I don't ever want to be in that position where no matter how much money I've got in my account, I don't want to be in that position where my cash flow is threatened because I'm in a position where somebody's demanding a refund. I just don't want to be in that boat. Now, you may well decide, look, I'm happy to provide a refund. That's great, but you still want to have terms and conditions around that. In what instance can people request a refund? Under what circumstances are you willing to provide a refund or a half refund or whatever you decide your policy is? Have a policy around it. Because again, if it's ever challenged, you want to be able to say very, very easily, this is my process, this is how it works. So that's really that. What else did we talk about today? We actually talked a lot about that. And it's kind of curious because a lot of people think that this only applies to phone sales. It doesn't. It also applies to your online courses. It applies to your coaching. It applies to everyone who is basically selling something on the internet. You need to make sure that you can very clearly explain, articulate, and document what your process is, both for sales and onboarding and client delivery and expectations. And I think this is where people can kind of get confused, I guess, or can come unstuck. It's like people need to know, like your clients need to know, what can they expect? What can they reasonably expect? And I think once you are able to articulate that, then they're like, okay, cool. Like I know what I'm getting. It's great. If you buy a car, a reasonable expectation is that it's going to take you from A to B without breaking down, right? So what can they reasonably expect as a result of working with you? And I think that's one of the things that you also definitely need to be able to articulate and get really, really clear. So if you don't have a sales process, you need one. If you don't have an onboarding process, you need one. If you don't have terms and conditions, you need them. So do the things that you need to do in order to cover your own butt and your own ass. Because honestly, I think, no one wants to get in a position or feel like they're in a position where they're forced to do something that they don't want to do because you haven't got these systems and processes in place. So really think, all right, as a CEO, am I prepared to, really stand by this? Have I got these in place? Would someone else be able to explain this process or explain this policy to someone else? And if they can, then that's great. If they can't, it might need a little bit of work. So really plain language stuff. So I hope that helps you. If you are looking at building programs, if you're looking at doing, other group work, if you're looking at doing any of that, then just make sure that you've got this stuff in place and even one-on-one stuff. So that is that, my friends. I am knackered, so I am going to love you and leave you. I will not be on at 11 a.m. tomorrow because I will be hot sitting for day 2. Very excited. a couple of actually everyone who was with us today for the hot seats, the big thing that they all communicated, you can see like the big screen, which we've had people on Zoom on today. The big thing that they have said is the importance, as I always say, what's the best, most awesomest thing from today, and what's your biggest insight? And the thing that they all said was how important it is to take time out from, working in your business so that you can work on your business. Having dedicated time for you to be able to really focus, we've had people building funnels, we've had people creating free things, we've had people getting more shit done in a day than they've done probably in the last 3 months around their online business, their online positioning, their content creation and things like that. So, just a reminder to you, the importance of blocking time out for you to work on the stuff that really needs to be done that you might have been putting off because you're really busy doing all the other things. But it's really important that you do this too. So that's a bit of a reminder to you. Create time so that you can be creative and that you can create the stuff that you want and create the future that you want. And also make sure you are covering your own ass. All right, if you've got any questions about this or anything else, please make sure you let me know, and I will chat with you tomorrow at some random time. I don't know when that might be just yet. And have a really awesome evening or a really great day if you are not in Australia. On that note, get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it, and remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesome. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.